Yo, what's up, guys? I apologize. I'm a little sweaty. Ran a mile and a half trying to work out again. But regardless, also at 195.4K total won on Prize Picks. Hoping to push that above 200. So I have a 6-pick flex play to turn $400, hopefully, into 10,000. Yesterday, we were 1 pick away. Zach Collins went to 2 blocks and steals. So our under 1.5 blocks and steals lost. But regardless, back at it today, and I have 6 picks for you, so let's go ahead, let's just get into it. So I'm going to flip over to OddsJam, and typically the tool I get most of my plays from is called the Positive Expected Value tool. And that's a really complicated word for profitable bets, right? This just means profitable bets. So you can select all the sports books you use. Some people, they only want to bet on basketball, they only want to bet on March Madness, whatever. You can add whatever filters you want. But basically, all this tool does is it goes to Prize Picks, right? It goes to every single sports book. So let me get rid of these. It goes to Prize Picks, right? It pulls in all these lines. It goes to every single sports book, pulls in all the lines as well. And then it just shows you where the value is in the market. So here you can see PJ Washington under 5.5 rebounds. That's the first play, right? You're just looking at this bet in bold and in green, and you just want 5 or 6 of them. I've explained this before, but 5 and 6 pick flex plays on Prize Picks are mathematically optimal, right? That is what is mathematically optimal. You cannot make money playing 2-pick power plays. I'm sorry if I'm the first one to tell you, roughly 12% ROI in 2022, 2023 on Prize Picks, and sure, it's been choppy. I don't win every bet. I'm never going to say I have a lock. That's absolute BS. But the point is you got to be placing 5 and 6 pick flexes. We can get into the math here in a sec. But first, let's go through the first pick. PJ, under 5.5 rebounds, right? And you can sort this by profit margin as well. But regardless, this play has a 1.65% edge or profit margin. And here you can see the odds on every sports book. And this is why sports betting is so fascinating, right? Every sports book, they all want to be unique. They all try to set lines independently. So on Prize Picks, any pick you select, right? If we go to Prize Picks, where is it? Right here. So if we go to Prize Picks, you select overs, unders, you're going to notice it doesn't change your payout, right? You're always getting the same price on any pick, right? So for a 2-pick power play, regardless of what you select, anything on Prize Picks, golf, basketball, whatever, is minus 137 odds. For a 5 or a 6-pick flex, it's minus 119. Minus 119, better price than minus 137, so we go with a 5 or a 6-pick flex. So let's get into it. So you can see right here, FanDuel is pricing this at minus 134, Caesars minus 139, DraftKings minus 140, and you can kind of go through every sports book. Bet Online minus 141, that's a pretty sharp sports book. It's available almost everywhere in the US. It's called an offshore sports book. You can see Bovada, Bodog minus 135, Pinnacle, known to be the sharpest bookmaker, so we actually duplicate the odds into the OddsJam column as well, minus 161, PointsBet minus 140. We're getting minus 119 on Prize Picks, so we found value, right? Every sportsbook has the under juiced. That means they have the under heavily favored, right? Every single sportsbook here has the under heavily favored. And on Prize Picks, we can get minus 119 when most of the books are pricing this maybe around minus 145, minus 140. Pinnacle, a sharper sports book, so we want to put a little more weight into their odds, right? It's like asking a friend for advice. You take the smarter friend's advice a little bit more. It's no different here. We put a little more weight in Pinnacle's odds, Bet Online's odds, because these are 2 very sharp bookmakers compared to, let's say, Bet Rivers, which is pricing this at minus 134. But long story short, you're never going to get a perfect answer as to what should PJ Washington under 5.5 rebounds be priced at, because all these books set lines independently. But just kind of looking through the market, it's like, okay, it should be priced around, minus 140, minus 145 maybe. We're getting minus 119 on Prize Picks. That's a steal deal, right? So that's the first play I went with. And we can go ahead and get into the math here in a second, but the second pick I went with, same exact reason, Zubac under 23.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Some people will ask, why didn't you take Zubac rebounds, right? Why points plus rebounds plus assists? The values in points, rebound, assists. I don't know what to tell you. Pinnacle minus 132. DraftKings and Caesars have this minus 145. Really good value. You can also play this on Underdog. So again, this is why, it's useful to have numerous sports books, right? We're just looking at Prize Picks right now. You can select, there's like 180, something like that, sports books on OddsJam. You'll notice this play isn't on underdog. If you're only using underdog, you don't have access to the super profitable play. So because all these books set lines independently, you never know which one is going to screw up on a given day. So more sports books is advantageous. More sports books means more money in your pocket. So all books have the under heavily favored here, the under heavily favored here. So those are the first two plays I went with. But anyways, I want to get in, very briefly, because I talk about prize picks, but really the point of the OddsJam YouTube is also to be educational. Like, of course, I want to give you guys winning picks that win, but I also want to explain to you the why, right? So if you're ever betting on your own, or if I die, something like that, you guys know how to bet, right? Like, you guys know how to bet with an edge and consistently beat these freaking greedy sports books. So essentially, you can, reverse engineer prize picks, right? So any 2-pick power play, you're getting a 3x payout, right? It doesn't matter what we select. Overs, unders, 3x payout, doesn't matter. We can change this to a freaking CSGO pick. It doesn't matter. 3x payout, right? So if you break down the math, what you'll see is in 2-pick power plays, you have to win 57.738 right here % of your over-unders to break even long term, to break even. Right? So if you can select over-unders 57% of the time correctly, which if you think about it is pretty good, right? Most people, if they don't have an edge, are selecting overs and unders 50% of the time correctly. If you can hit 57% of the time, your ROI for a 2-pick power play is negative 2.53%, which you can see right here, right? And again, the sheet will be in the description. It's literally just breaking down the payouts on prize picks. So again, because we're winning only 57% of the time when the break even was 57.74%, we're going to lose money long term if we're hitting at a rate of 57%, right? If we're hitting at a rate of 57% for 2-pick power plays. On the other hand, for 5 flex, we can go to 6 flex. For 6 flex, the break even win rate is 54.2%. So if you're hitting your picks at a clip of 57%, your ROI is freaking 28.5%. 28.5%. Negative 2.5 2-pick power plays, 28.5. 6-pick flex. Anyone giving you 2-pick power plays, stop listening to them. They're clueless. They literally shouldn't even be allowed to give gambling advice. They don't even understand the platform they're betting on. They don't even understand how prize picks works, what's optimal, all that type of stuff. So what we can do is kind of explain now, some people ask, how is your ROI 12% if, let's say, this pick on, PJ Washington is 1.65%? What you have to remember is the edge, right? The edge, it compounds. So if you have a 6-pick flex where every single pick, let's say, has a 1.5% profit margin, 1.5 times 6 is 9. So your ROI long term will be roughly 9% on prize picks. 1.5% edge in each pick. So 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5, you're getting roughly, a 9% edge in a 6-pick flex. So long term, again, you're not going to win every single play. There will be downs, there will be ups. But long term, you're going to earn an ROI of roughly 9% on prize picks. If all of your plays, again, have an edge, so this percent column can also be called edge, ROI, profit margin, EV percentage, whatever. People use different terms. You get the point. Long term, if you're placing bets with a 1.5% edge, you'll make 1.5%, right? And if it's in a 6-pick flex, if all your picks have a 1.5% edge, then long term, you're going to earn, 9%. So again, it's a long-term focus. I don't claim to win every day. Nobody can win every day. But why sports betting's so powerful is you're going to notice, on prize picks, I'm up like 8K with a 12% ROI. So that means I bet, let's say the ROI was, so that means I bet like what, $70,000-ish, 65, whatever, this year, right? Let's say I had a 10% ROI. If I had a 10% ROI, my profit's roughly 8K. That would have meant I bet 80K total on prize picks and made $8,000 of profit. Now, for some people, they're like, dang, you're betting $80,000 a day? And it's like, no, right? This game is today. Hornets, Pelicans, this game's tonight, right? So this ROI, these ROIs are daily. So that means 80,000, we're like, what? 70, 75 days into the year, right? So what that means is 80,000 divided by 75 is I'm only staking roughly $1,000 on Prize Picks every day. And I'm not saying that's a small amount of money. I'm just saying, right, I've made 8K off Prize Picks so far this year. It's March, betting just about $1,000 a day on average. So it's not like a huge amount of money. But anyways, let's go back to this PJ pick and we can kind of explain, because I think this is an important concept, how you can think about your long-term ROI on Prize Picks. So for example, if you put in BetOnline, what their market is, they have the over at plus 109, they have the under at minus 141. Pinnacle, right, another sharp bookmaker, they have the over at plus 121, the under at minus 161. So they're giving you much better odds on the over. So what this means, if a sportsbook is giving you a lot better odds on an over, it means they think the over is less likely to occur, right? Pinnacle has lines or the odds juiced more towards the under than BetOnline. So Pinnacle's model, all the bets they're taking, all the supply and demand they're seeing in the market, what their models are spitting out is that PJ's under should be more favored than what BetOnline thinks. So again, we're never going to get a perfect answer, but if you put BetOnline's market into a no vig odds calculator, what this calculator does, right, is it removes the vig, the juice, right? That's how sportsbooks make money. They charge a spread. So it removes the juice and tells you the win probability for your bet based on where the sportsbooks are setting the odds. So BetOnline, their model, based on, giving plus 109 on the over, minus 141 on the under, their model is saying, okay, the under is 55.01% to occur, which makes sense. The under is the favored outcome. Lines are juiced towards the under, so it's going to be over 50%, right? If lines were, for example, minus 110 on an over-under, which you'll see a lot of the time, that, if the sportsbook's giving you the same odds on an over and an under, it means the sportsbook thinks they're both equally likely to occur, right? If, let's say, BetOnline was minus 110, which is very common on sportsbooks, you'll see it all the time. It's the same odds on the over and the under. PJ's always going over or under, right? You can't have over 5.5 and under 5.5 cash. So if the book is giving you the same odds on the over and the under, the no vig win percentage is 50%. So according to that sports book, because they're giving you the same odds on the over and the under, they're saying, okay, the over is 50%, the under is 50%. That's why we're giving you the same odds on both. But when they have the under favored, now you're going to see, okay, BetOnline saying it's 55.01% to occur, right? Based on their market, how much juice they have towards the under is 55.01% to occur. So if we put that into our little Prize Picks calculator, it's like, okay, 55.01% means long-term in 6-pick flex, right? Our EV is 7.6%. So we have a 7.6% edge. If you're winning picks 55% of the time, in a 6-pick flex, long-term on Prize Picks, it's just math, you're going to earn 7.6%. There's no disputing this, right? Literally just breaking down the payouts of Prize Picks and going through the math. Now, Pinnacle, right, they have the under more favored. So they're plus 121, minus 161. So if we go here and we switch up these numbers, what you're going to see is like, okay, Pinnacle is saying, this under is more likely to occur than BetOnline thinks. They're saying it's 57.69%. So if we go back here and we put in 57.69, according to Pinnacle, this is going to be a 36.5% ROI play in a flex, in a 6 flex. So depending on the sports book, that you put more weight on, that will affect how good you think a play is, right? Obviously, Pinnacle has the under way more juiced. If you think about it, we're getting 42 cents of improvement, 119 to 161. We're getting 42 cents of improvement to Pinnacle. We're getting 22 cents of improvement, right, to BetOnline. So obviously, Pinnacle has the under more favored. They think the under is more likely to occur. So this play looks good looks better relative to Pinnacle's market. Now, another thing you got to realize is some people will be like, oh, what if all the sports books are wrong? Right? Well, if all the sports books were wrong, what every sharp bettor would do is they would frickin' hammer PJ's over at plus 121, right? you're betting 100 to win 121 on Pinnacle. So if his over was, let's say, 51% to occur, his over is more likely to occur, and you're getting plus money, right? You're getting betting 100 to win 121. Every sharp bettor in the world would hit this down, right? And sportsbooks would move the odds, and then the over would move to favored, right? Lines can move, right? Lines can move. So if all the action starts coming in on the over, sportsbooks will drop odds on the over and give you better odds on the under, right? This is a market. It's just like the price of a stock. People buy the stock, price goes up. People sell the stock price goes down, right? Supply and demand. If all these sharp bettors and syndicates and sports betting hedge funds thought PJ over 5.5 should be favored, he already would be, like, that would already be reflected in the odds. He already would be favored on the sports books if every smart person wanted to hammer his over, right? So long story short, right, sports betting odds, they don't only reflect the beliefs of sports books, but the beliefs of every other sports bettor. So you would literally be insane to take PJ over 5.5 rebounds in your prize pick slip, right? And I'm not saying that PJ over 5.5 can't hit, right? If we go back to this no vig calculator, what you're going to see is, okay, according to Pinnacle, the under is still going to hit 42.31% of the time. So this isn't a lock. This is just a play with an edge. Not a lock, just a play with an edge. Mathematical edge over prize picks, right? So anyways, we'll go back here. And again, that's kind of how markets work, right? That's why a lot of the best sports bettors are traders, or they understand markets really well. So unless you think you're smarter than every other sports bettor, every syndicate, the entire sports betting market, and all the sports books, billion-dollar sports books with really sophisticated models, you should be hammering this under, right? On prize picks. This has to be in your slip. That's the best play. It's the highest profit margin play. Same concept for Zubac, second best play. Then we have Josh Morrissey, over 2.5 shots on goal. Noel, over 6.5 assists. Martin, over 4.5 rebounds. Jamie Benn, under 2.5 shots on goal. Sure, it's the worst play, but again, I'm not going to play a 2-pick power play with just the 2 top plays because all my advantage goes away. So I took these 4 additional picks. So I put my own money, I ride with you guys on literally any pick I give out. And here you can see 6 picks to win 10 grand. PJ under 5.5 rebounds. PJ Washington under 5.5 rebounds. Zubac under 23.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Marquise Noel over 6.5 assists. Josh Morrissey over 2.5 shots on goal. Jamie Benn under 2.5 shots on goal. Elijah Martin over 4.5 rebounds. 6 picks with an edge, straight from the EV tool, which is updating millions of odds across sportsbooks every single second to show you the plays that are profitable. Literally, it scans prize picks, it scans all the sports books, and literally just points out to you, prize picks is screwing up here, 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 and here. Here are the 6 profitable plays currently available on prize picks. Out of the 10,000 odds on prize picks, here are the 6 plays that are actually profitable if you want to bet them, right? And we just did. So we took all 6. So hopefully this video was helpful, and let's make money.